What's going on, guys? It's Face Off. We're doing a nice little Thursday night forecast for some primetime football. We got the Dolphins and Bills. It's going to be me, my boy Joey Carlton, and Willie Bob Stevenson. We're going to go a little over what we think is going to happen in this game, kind of like game flow, who we think will be the impact players, who we think will be your surprise sits. And then we'll talk a little gambling implications as well. What players we think you should take some over unders on, build a little parlay, see if we can make some money tonight. All right, boys. Who wants to kick it off?
I guess I'll go first.
All right. Come on, man. You were so excited to tell me what you had. You got somebody. I think we're on. I guarantee you we're on the same guy. I'd be shocked if we're not. But let's go ahead.
Well, all right. So as far as tonight's game goes, I think Buffalo is going to beat the crap out of Miami. It's not even going to be close. I got the score. You know what? Since Miami lost to 33 points 2 weeks in a row, I'm going to say Buffalo scores 33, and I'll give Miami 9. And that's with a touch. And that's with a touchdown. I think it's 2 field goals, a touchdown, maybe a blocked or missed extra point. It could be 10. But just to be weird, I like to go 9. I think that Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman are the top pass-catching beneficiaries of tonight's matchup. I'm not necessarily sold on Kincaid because Dawson Knox has been on the field as much. When I go into my parlay, I have Dawson Knox as an anytime touchdown. So that knocks down Kincaid a little bit as far as fantasy goes. He might have a decent floor. He might get you 10 points, but I'm not expecting the 18 to 23 point range for Kincaid. I love Shakir and I love Coleman. I think that the Miami secondary itself, deep, not so much on the outside, not so much on the inside. I do think that the inside can be an advantage, but I think it goes to Khalil Shakir. I think it favors the wide receiver over the tight end being inside. I think that the fact that the Bills are going to be ahead in this game, the tight ends are going to be blocking more than they should be. So I see Shakir benefiting, Keon Coleman benefiting, and I think James Cook probably – it's either going to be James Cook or Josh Allen for a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one. You guys can pick. Maybe they both get one, and Knox finds the end zone, and maybe a random after that. That's kind of how I see it playing out. Then maybe with a couple of field goals and a missed extra point. I say 33 just because I saw that. I just happened to notice that Miami lost to 33 points 2 weeks in a row. So
yeah.
So it could be 34 to 10. It could be 31 to 10. It could be 33 to whatever the hell I said 9. But that's kind of how I see it playing out. So I'll turn it over to Bill. When you guys want me to reveal a parlay, I will. I mean, that was just my game thoughts.
That's like
as far as before I turn it over to you, as far as Miami goes, the only person I'm starting fantasy football wise is Devon Achane. I'm not starting anybody else. I think Buffalo has figured out how to shut off Tyreek in the last couple of years. And Waddle has been supposedly banged up or injured or not practicing, and you know, who knows what you're going to get out of Waddle. All I know is Waddle has always disappointed me, and he's not reliable. I think, this is kind of why I like Malik Washington. We'll talk about my parlay. Malik Washington's part of that as well. But I think there's only going to be one big play from Miami tonight, and it's going to involve him. So, and as far as volume goes, I like Achane, Waddle, Tyreek, the tight ends. They're all they're all gonna kind of sabotage each other as far as fantasy goes with the target share. So the only person I'm confident in starting is Achane. And that's it, man. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, no, Bill actually, he's having technical difficulties right now. So, dude, I agree with you.
I should have kept going with the filibuster. Fuck.
No, you're good, man. Nah, so I agree with you, man. Like I am, like it's funny. Like you look at the Bills and Dolphins like head to head. There's some games where they kind of play them tough, right? Like I think there was like a game where it was like 27-30 when Tua was playing. But usually it's like this is a one-sided fight. Like the Buffalo Bills usually dominate this series and win these games either handedly or they win by a field goal. I don't think we're gonna see a shock the world upset tonight. Would I be shocked if the Dolphins kind of came out and played tough because this game is like almost Mike McDaniel's Alamo, right? If he doesn't win this game, it's like probably the end. So this is, they're kind of like a wounded animal backed into a corner. Could I see them weirdly covering the big spread? Sure. Dude, 12 and a half. It's a, it's a decent number, man, So we'll see. But no, I'm leaning on the Bills have done a really good job at containing Waddle and Hill, right? I think you got to start Tyreek Hill tonight, just out of respect. And, he could open just one play, he could have one big catch and it makes up for a bad night. So you got to play him. I'm a Waddle fan. And that's why it's kind of like I don't have the most confidence playing him. Like if I'm in a 3 wide receiver league and this is your 3rd wide receiver, sure. Right? That's a good play. But I don't know if I feel the utmost confidence in starting him if it's just, 2 wide receiver leagues and I have a bunch of different options, right? Like I would start Keon Coleman over Jalen Waddle tonight. Like that's a player that I love. Like even if it's the Dolphins come out with fire and they keep it close at times, right? Or the Bills just beat the crap out of them. I think Keon is going to be the main beneficiary. I always love Shakir. He's a good slot receiver, so he's going to have a solid night. I definitely like that in the PPR league. Definitely a nice flex play there. But I love Keon. Like Keon has the upside to, be a monster. If he starts getting that Stephon Diggs volume, right, and he takes that step and you watch him in that Baltimore game. Josh Allen targeted him 11 times, right? And this is a big athletic freak. And yeah, sure, there's separation issues, but that separation is kind of overrated. Yes, it's important. I'm not saying it's not important, but I feel like people have been blowing that out of proportion. And Keon does a lot of really good things outside of that, and Josh Allen trusts him. So those are 2 big factors for me. I think Keon is a must start tonight. I like Waddle. I like Hill. Obviously, you have to start James Cook. You have to start A-Chain, right? A-Chain is the one, though, where it's like if you could see somebody weirdly having a bad night, I could easily see it. Like say like you're right and the Bills just destroy them. Like you could see A-Chain putting up a dud, but you have to start
no, because if the Bills, here's my thought why I like A-Chain.
You think he'll get a million catches?
He'll get at least 6 catches if they're down big.
Sure, we'll see. But dude, what was it week 1? The Colts destroyed them, and he only had 20 yards. So, we'll see. It could happen. And that actually is Devin A-Chain's over and receiving is the most bet prop tonight, which kind of scares me.
I'm sure
tempted to take his under, but I think I'm going to stay away because I don't feel like taking that bet tonight. That's a 50-50, So, Willie Bob, what are your thoughts? How you think this game's going to go? You're muted, brother.
Hey, sorry about that. You know what's just as reliable as Tua Tagovailoa?
What's that?
AirPods. Apple AirPods.
You
spend a lot of money on it, and then most likely it's going to fumble the ball. But anyway, I got to disagree with you, Joe. I know that it's probably going to look like a dominant game, but the research I did when it comes to Dolphins versus Bills is the Bills, on average, have never beaten the Dolphins by more than 10 points. Now, they've had some big games like 23-22, but they've never actually beat them for more than 10 points on average. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins to cover tonight. If you go on DraftKings, it's plus 12.5. A lot of places, because we're missing some defensive line players from Buffalo, you're looking at 11.5. So I think you're getting like an extra point there on DraftKings. So I actually think that it will look dominant, but I also think that the Dolphins can at least cover. As far as Achane goes, I think he's going to get targeted. I don't know. Do we know if Waddle is definitely in or out?
Waddle's in.
Yeah,
Waddle's definitely playing.
in.
Yeah, he's a little
And
banged up, but he's in.
two impact players I saw that were on the other side of the ball. Ed Oliver's out for Buffalo. Ed Oliver's out for Buffalo,
D-line.
and Matt Milano's out for Buffalo.
Yeah, Milano and Oliver are both out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where it's moved the line to 11.5 for
that's a big
Miami.
That's a big number.
It is a big number,
that is.
Right?
I love the Bills too, man, and I just
that's why I'm.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm buying it.
Don't get me wrong. Miami sucks.
I'm buying the big number. I'm buying.
Miami sucks. Don't get me wrong. Tyreek Hill and Tua are not on the same page. It seems like they hate each other. It's like mom and dad are fighting over the kitchen table because dad likes his peas a little warmer than mom wanted to heat them up for him. You know what I mean? Now we're all just kind of like caught in the middle. Like, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I'm just going to go live with Achane now. And so, I think that Achane's definitely going to get targeted. I think Achane's a good spot for a touchdown, anytime touchdown. I would go under his receiving yards only because he's averaged at least 5 yards, I think, about against the Bills on receiving yards for what the over-under is. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that Keon Coleman, great call, because I think it's clear that clear in 3 weeks. What's clear in 3 weeks? But I think it looks like Keon Coleman, they want him to be the guy. Khalil Shakir is awesome. The stickiest hands in the game. But Keon Coleman is an athlete, and I think they really want to get him involved. I saw a stat earlier. What was it? It was last year he averaged four and a half targets in all games, and just in the last 2 games, including the dud last week, he's averaging 7 targets. So they need to get him involved. They want to get him involved. So the Keon Coleman call is a great call as well.
We're all agreement there. And what makes me even love him even more tonight is he is anywhere near one of the most bet props. I look at the top 5. I love when I like a player and it's not in there. I think people think the Buffalo Bills are going to run it at them. I think, dude, like, this is a game where, like,
they can.
Josh Allen might want to flex a little bit too, dude. You know what I mean? Like, these players want to put up good stats, and, a lot of players have incentives, right? So, yeah, man. I mean, at least the first half of the game, why wouldn't the Bills just air it out? And, look what my boy Danny Dimes did to the Colts. Like, what do you think Josh Allen's going to do? You know what I mean? Like, dude, arguably the best quarterback in the league. And he now, for the first time, and I mean, Stephon Diggs obviously was the best receiver Josh has ever had. But, dude, like, he's got a really good slot receiver. I think Coleman is starting to break out a little bit. Kincaid is solid, and James Cook is awesome, and they have a really good offensive line. So he's in position to have put up some good numbers tonight.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think this is a James Cook game.
No, it's not.
They used him so hard last week.
James Cook is so touchdown dependent tonight, and it's whether or not he gets that goal line look, and that's why I'm kind of leading Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen could be a monster tonight. if you're doing DFS, I would make him your captain 100%. He could have a Russian touch. He could have
Don't
a
hate that. Don't
He
hate
could-
that.
He could have a Russian touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns minimum. I think that they're gonna jump on Miami early. I said it earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
this is why I like Shakir and Coleman, because they both carry the type of upside that if Buffalo strikes first in this type of game. I mean, the only way I'm wrong is if Buffalo happens to get a defense or a special teams touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens early, then that changes the whole game script around, because they could build that lead faster without the offensive impact.
Yeah.
And in that, and I also like I was looking at Ray Davis overs for Russian attempts, everything, and they juiced it pretty good. So I still like them as bets. I think that they can build a lead. James Cook could be a non-factor, like you said. He has to get a touchdown early. If he doesn't get a touchdown early, I could see him easily being game scripted out of this. I love the Keon Coleman call by both of you guys. I love Shakir as well. I think both of those guys eat tonight.
I don't think there's any way that I think Shakir could definitely eat for sure. I mean, again, the stickiest hands in the game. If you get the ball out, like he's probably the person you would trust the most in the league with catching that pass.
Yeah. Are we going over bets, Ernie? Can I share my pot? Should I share?
Go ahead, go ahead. Share your parlay. We're gonna try to do a hard 8:00 stop so we can get our bets in and set our lineup for ourselves.
So mine's
already in.
I did 2 bets. I got a 3-legger. I did for $10 to win $11.35, but that's with a 50% parlay boost. So this is like a way upside parlay. 3 legs. I got Malik Washington for an anytime touchdown. I like it because Buffalo knows how to take Tyreek away. We don't know what type of condition Waddle's in. A-Chain, I believe, is the volume play. I think if somebody makes a big play, even if it's a Russian touchdown, and that's got to do with my other one, because he does have 2 carries in each game, I believe, and that kind of increases the odds of an anytime touchdown, in my opinion, especially if they're down inside the red zone 15, 20 yards away. So Malik, anytime touchdown. I love Dawson Knox as an anytime touchdown play. He's been on the field more than any other tight end as far as the overall total snaps go. Kincaid has run 55 routes to his 43, but we know Dawson Knox and Josh Allen have a big history. I think if anyone's going to get a random touchdown tonight other than Malik Washington, it's going to be Dawson Knox. So here's my high up. This is why it's my high upside parlay.
I love that. Yeah.
And then I got it paired with Devon A-Chain 50-plus receiving yards. I know you mentioned earlier you were down on that, but I think if he gets 6 receptions or more, he's going over 50.
Okay. Yeah, I could see it for sure. Yeah. And I think, who else are they going to go through, right? I mean,
that's my 3-legger. My 5-legger has 2 more added to it, and it's a Malik Washington 15-plus rushing yards, and Khalil Shakir 50-plus receiving yards. That's the 5-legger. That's $5 to win 1880. And that's without a boost.
Nice.
That's without a boost.
So you're just all in on Shakir, and I hear you, man.
And that's it. That's the only 2 bets I did. I don't like any. I mean, I'm not a straight up better. I don't bet by volume. If I bet by volume, I'd be a straight up better. But I don't. I literally waste like $40 a week on bets. If I hit, I hit. Last year I made money, some money, not big money, but some money. Yeah. I made money. I didn't lose money. So, this year I'll increase it a little more. We'll see how it goes. And this is what I like for my long shot parlay. So go ahead, guys. You guys can take it from here.
Ernie, you or me?
I'll give mine really quick. So I'm a big DK guy, so I actually I think there's a promo going on tonight. They have a ghost leg parlay. So you have minimal 3 legs. As long as 2 hit, and let's say you lose, you get that third legger that we always hate. They null it, and then you just get credit for the 2 legger.
Is
right?
it's a minimum $20 bet though, I believe.
Yes,
Yes.
there is an good call actually. I don't know if there was a minimum.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was in on it earlier. I was playing.
Hell yeah, man. So I'm gonna take a shot here tonight because I kind of looked at Stephon Diggs numbers with Josh Allen at home versus Miami. You know, this has been Mike Daniels' team, McDaniels' team since then, and Stephon Diggs has always had quality games versus them. So I think Keon is slowly entering that role. I could be wrong. I do believe we are witnessing a Keon Coleman breakout. If the Bills didn't, absolutely mangle the Jets last week, I think that they probably would have had to throw the ball. They didn't have to throw the ball. And that could happen tonight. But for some reason, I think that Josh Allen's going to air it out tonight. So I'm going to take Keon Coleman, alt receiving 60. I'm going to take over because it gives me plus money. I'm going to take Josh Allen over 236.5 yards. And then I'm going to take a Keon Coleman anytime touchdown score. I also like there's a prop. I think most receiving yards of the game, Keon Coleman plus 600. I think that's actually pretty good value. That was probably the one separate prop play I would play if I play anything else. I like Keon tonight.
Nice.
And Willie Bob,
Yeah.
keep it short, sweep. We got to get off soon. Sorry.
I'm going here. I also like Keon. I love Keon. I'll give a quick rundown of the parlay and a quick explanation. Looks like they're about to come out in the field here shortly. So I have the Dolphins to cover plus 12.5 on DraftKings. This is all DraftKings, by the way. Let's see here. Miami is definitely going to lose. Like I think we all know that. It's just the fact is that, like I said before, the Bills have only averaged less than 10 points of a win margin.
Right.
So I think that's a safe bet. I have Devin Achane under 42.5. So we've got.
I love that play, dude. I don't have the stones to take it. I love that play.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
I don't have the stones.
Let me find out if I have the
Don't
stones. 1, 2. Oh yeah, 3. And my third leg is Devin Achane anytime touchdown score. All right, like the dude in what was it? 4 games that Achane has played against the Bills. He's averaged 13 carries for 79 rushing yards, 1.5 total touchdowns. He's scored 6 touchdowns in the 4 times that he's played the Bills. I mean, listen, if there's a week where it's not going to happen, it's because I said it won't. All right, so
no, it's because it's 2020. It's because it's 2025, and we're talking about completely different terms.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. But like, in my opinion,
Miami was formidable with those numbers that you're talking about.
True. But what are they going to do? Like, if you got Waddle injured, Tyreek and Tua are not on the same page. Who's going to be Ollie? No, it's going to be.
That's why I like the Achane volume. Yeah, that's why I like the volume.
I hear you on that for sure. And then, if I had that no worry leg or whatever the hell it was called, which is what they used to call me in high school, the no worry leg. I don't know why they did that. But they did. It would be that Keon Coleman anytime touchdown. Like I said, I think he's the guy that they want to get targets to.
That. I got him in some flex spots. I need that.
Dude, I'm the second leading off here. I got to make sure, dude. I love him tonight. Yeah. I do. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. If you start Keon because of me, I am sorry. I apologize. I don't know. I like the upside too much to fade. So if you. Yes. You got him, and if this is like a flex decision,
you have to play him. You have to.
Yeah, like if this is like a flex decision, and you're looking for that upside to upset somebody, I am taking Keon.
I'm playing him over. I think I'm playing him over Cooper Kupp and who's the other one? I'm trying to think who the other one is. I forget.
Khalil Shakir.
No, it's not Khalil Shakir. I would never draft 2 of them. You nuts? That's futile draft strategy going into the league.
Yeah.
Going into the
I don't want to hold us over too far, but one thing I would do as well is just sprinkle a little bit of a safety bet, maybe on a different app or whatever, on a Ray Davis anytime touchdown. Because if you bet, like, let's say you bet 10, 20 bucks on the parlay that I set or anyone else said, you know, you sprinkle a little bit here and there on the Ray Davis. If this game does get out of hand and Miami cannot cover, well, now, you know, at least you have that Ray Davis touchdown that's most likely going to come through, or at least the over on the rushing yards, one of the two, and that'll like save your money. There's like an insurance bet.
Right. Nice. I like that. For me, that's Dawson Knox.
Yeah, I don't blame you for sure.
Plus 4, 5 something. 5.
Yeah. Yeah, he's what we wanted Dalton Kincaid to be.
Yeah. Nice. Ernie, we're good, man. This was fun.
Absolutely,
Had a lot of
brother.
fun,
We're going to
guys.
be doing this all season long. We're going to try to do it more on Sunday and Monday. Me and Willie
Yes.
Bob got to stop being lazy, but we got a nice little thing going on Thursdays right now. So we're going to try to grow more. And, you know, we'll have Steve on here. Hopefully we get the Pete Terranova on here. Willie Hoff. We got some good voices to get on here. Some
Steve
good characters.
D'Angelo,
So-
where you at?
Yeah, bro. Steve bailed on us. So.
Family
No,
first.
Steve,
Family
Nah, he
first.
bailed. He bailed.
Steve and I have very
Family
similar
first.
schedules.
I'm kidding. Of course.
Family
Family
first.
first. Family first.
Yeah.
All right,
I
fellas.
rushed
Well,
in
good
here
luck.
after a football game.
Yeah, you're good, man.
That's
All
why
right,
I'm
boys.
here. That's why I'm here, because I'm backing up Steve, baby.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Who doesn't
yeah.
want to back Steve up? You know what I'm saying?
Guys, awesome session. Everybody, good luck with your lineups tonight. Good luck with your bets. Don't bet too much money. Bet smart, right? Let's just have
Don't
some
bet
fun.
at all.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy the game.
Bet it all, Ray Davis, anytime touchdown.
5 to win 1880.